At Shawnigan, boarding matters. It really does. My name is Sam Whiffin. We've had 4 kids who've gone through Shawnigan, and we've had children at Shawnigan for the last 11 years.
My husband Mark and I are the parents of Matt Brown. He started here September of '08, and he graduated 2011.
My name is Heather Ann McIntosh. Our 2 boys, Alexander and Lachlan, started in 2005, and we have a daughter who will be starting at Shawnigan, Amelia, in grade 8 in the fall.
How do you make that decision? That's a decision with a lot of trust behind it. How did that?
Well, it was a very easy decision to make. Shawnigan had an excellent reputation, and we were very attracted to the school.
In our particular case, Matt came to us and he said, "Mom, I want to go to Shawnigan." So it was his choice.
I was a bit of a mama bear, so I was a little hesitant about the whole boarding school piece with Shawnigan.
We visited the school and met with the staff, and there was just a great amount of consistency through the school.
For me, it felt like a big risk, actually, to entrust our children to what appeared to be a wonderful community, but was essentially a community of strangers.
It certainly helps that it's a wonderful campus and really a wonderful community.
The more I saw and the more I listened to what Shawnigan was really about, the more convinced I became that this would be a good fit for our family.
So it really didn't take us very long to decide that Shawnigan was absolutely our first choice for the kids.
It was a big adjustment, but as I saw their progression in their daily lives as far as their independence and the joy that they reported things back to us, I grew more and more confident that this was a really good choice for them, and they were really flourishing.
In order to glean this life experience at Shawnigan, I think you need to be here 24/7.
The school is obviously in loco parentis, so the house director obviously plays a very important role. It's influential, but it certainly takes nothing away from the fact that you are the parent. So it's a very collaborative environment.
It's kind of like a large family away from home. Everybody studies, everybody plays sports, everybody has a lot of fun, but there's structure.
Yes, there is quite a bit of structure in daily life at Shawnigan, but I think that's very necessary.
So Matt, he was at Ripley's. The house director there was Andrew Doyle, and to this very day, we're very, very close friends.
Their advisor, Peter Yates, who was a family friend as well, knew them quite well, felt that they should be in different houses, and that went sort of against everything I felt as a mom. But in the end, he was very right. It let them develop individually. And each of the houses tend to have a personality of their own, and so each of the houses for the boys ended up being a very good fit.
David and his colleagues, they lead by example, and there are a number of themes at Shawnigan. Being polite, being frank, being honest, that's a very big part of the culture here.
And the code of ethics, manners, morals, awareness.
Commitment to excellence.
And integrity and contribution to the world, and sort of all those catchphrases that we really had tried to instill in our children. And it wasn't just a sales campaign. I felt that the people here really lived those commitments and those values. Every single person here is committed to this school, and I'm talking everybody from the kitchen to what happens in chapel, the houses, the academics, and it comes together in an incredible force of energy. And
there is a very much a feeling that not that you have to do well, but that you want to do well, and there is a great willingness amongst the student body to follow them in that direction.
Kids here, they know how to shake a hand. They know how to speak to strangers with politeness and respect. They know how to dress. So when these kids leave here, it's easy to put on a suit and a tie because they've learned it here.
Tell us how it's going to feel to have your daughter here. Because a lot of mothers, especially, for girls, it just seems you're even more protective.
Yeah.
So just say a few things about that.
Obviously, with a daughter, it's going to be a whole different story. And I'm much more confident. I wish I hadn't sort of questioned that as much at the beginning with the boys. But she's going to have to write her own story, and that's something that we've really been concentrating on, both with admissions and our home life, that she is her own person, and she's going to do it her way, and it's going to be a great story, and I'm very excited.
Two of our 3 daughters started at the same time, one in grade 8 and one in grade 9. And then our other 2 kids, they both started in grade 8. Because the school is so well led, You can have a high degree of confidence about Shawnigan's ability to look after the girls with absolute reliability, and they do.
I'm really encouraged with the really strong female role models at the school, and that's something that I never even really considered when our boys started, because obviously I was, focused on the boy experience. But there's some really great interaction in the girls' houses, and I've seen that through other friends' daughters, and I'm really excited for Amelia for that.
So when Max came here, he settled in very, very quickly. And as the last of our children to go through the school, he very much felt that he wanted for the family to have a strong finish, if you like. And we're just so proud of him for that, because he's really delivered in the grade 12 year, and he's just had a great 5 years here. So it's been really good.
The twins were really engaged in their subjects in their academic material, but they also tried really different things.
With our son Matt, he's always had a love for fine arts, hockey, and rugby.
The twins, they both started out in the rugby field and ended up both switching to rowing.
And he went on the rugby tours. He did Argentina the 1 year, and then Australia another year.
And also, for our two boys particularly, the water. They got to race at Henley in the UK. And the boys they sat in that boat with, they would pretty much die for at this point, I think. Their coach, Tim Coy, he took them to a place I don't think they ever dreamed of. But I think the part that was the most important is that it opened up their world. We wanted them to see the world in other eyes. And they were able to do that, and they discovered a lot about themselves through other people, students, teachers, mentors, coaches.
They've learned how to cope and deal with issues.
They found their way through some really difficult situations because of the friendships and the bonds they formed.
These kids have got friends all over the world, but once they leave, that loyalty to one another, that connection is still there.
Just recently in January, their advisor, Peter Yates, passed away, and even in his dying, he was teaching them. And those kind of lessons you just can't find anywhere else. This school is special. It just is.
Boarding matters because it sets these kids up for such a great life, and they come out with confidence.
I think there's no doubt that they're better equipped once they get to university, if they've had time at a private boarding school where they've been away from home.
And it certainly helped him with his university years as well.
Over the last 11 years, we've just been delighted with the job that Shawnigan has done of educating our kids, and feel that we've gone on this journey with Shawnigan, with our kids and ourselves together, and it's just been a magical experience.
The more he comes home over the years, he realizes how much different he is, and I believe that it's from the nurturing and the structure that he got at Shawnigan.
I am so grateful to the lessons they learned here.
It's the life experience at Shawnigan that changes their attitude towards life, towards what they can accomplish, and they're great individuals, and they're going to go out and make a difference in the world.
It's about the soul and the energy of the people here that bring all of the physical programs and the spaces together to create something really exceptional.
Boarding totally changed Matt's life.